How's it going, everybody? There is no doubt in anyone's mind really that this rework elevated Raider to a top position within the meta. The hyper armor, the unreactable mix-up, as well as the huge damage. And to get the most out of him, you need to know when you can go for those high damage punishes. And this is what we're here for today. Unlock the true potential of this Viking. But talking about Vikings, today's video does have a sponsor. Most of you should already be familiar with Viking jewelry. European based, with a wide selection of Norse necklaces, pendants, earrings and more. Halloween is around the corner, so it's time for some special deals. And as usual, I've got you guys covered with an additional discount code on top of all that. I have a 30% discount code for the first line collection. There is a lot to discover and the selection is quite big. We have rings, we have hair beads, we have bracelets. It's a long list. The code FREEZE30 is valid for the next 48 hours, just enter it at the checkout. And in case you're interested in anything else, I also have the code FREEZE15, which gives you a 15% discount on the whole store for the next 10 days. This also includes the apparel line that they recently introduced, so go check out their website, all relevant links will be down in the video description. Alright then, back to the punishes. Most of you know that we're starting simple. On a Guardbreak, Raider now does get a side heavy for 24 damage. The old punish of zone attack is also still possible, but the damage is the same, whereas the stamina cost is a little higher with 20. You might want to opt for that punish when you have multiple people around you, especially to your left. On a heavy parry, you get a light from all sides. Damage is 12. On a light parry, you now get a top heavy, which does 27 damage. Now for the throws, let's do Stampede Charge first. With a wall in front of you, you get the knee plus a light attack for 27. This is more than a normal Guardbreak punish with a heavy, plus you get extra stamina drain. You do not get a zone attack. In fact, the parry here has become easier. This is most likely the result of a hit stun reduction to not make the faster side heavy confirmed. If you did not hit a wall, you once again have the choice between side heavy or zone, both do 24 damage. Difference is that the side heavy alone is unsafe unless you chain the attack. The zone will hit ever so slightly later and apply hit stun, so it is never susceptible to a guard break from the target. For legend tips with this move, I refer you to a different video. You also have the option for normal wall splatting with Raider's controlled throw. By holding backwards, you can spin the target around and you can control when you want to release them by letting go of the guard break button. Depending on distance, you either get a heavy from your current stance or you switch to top for the 27 damage heavy. On a max distance throw, you can also do a backlight into zone attack, which will net you 38 damage. You very rarely see this punish as it requires very precise positioning, but it is possible. If you perform a throw and then realize you're not close enough to wall splat, you can still throw a normal light. Now then, what if you are out of stamina? On a guard break, you can still get your light attack for 12. On a light parry, you do a light as well. But ideally, you do want to go for a Stampede Charge if possible. The knee does more damage with 15. You do not get the light afterwards. Also, make sure that you are close enough to a wall, as the running distance is reduced when performing it while out of stamina. If you throw them to the floor, you do get a light, but that light is unsafe since you cannot chain. So I'd advise against doing that unless it kills the target. Wall throws still work pretty consistently. With enough distance, you can even still get the top heavy, including a guard switch. Just don't whiff it. Alright, moving on to the art of stamina punishes. Throws first, and we do have a couple of options. If you have your guard top, you can do a back throw into top heavy into combo zone for a total of 65 damage. When throwing, don't do a full 360 one, but just tap backwards and then let go. After releasing the opponent, you need to hold forward so your top heavy is in reach, otherwise you will whiff. This punish is safe as long as the opponent doesn't regain their stamina. An important reminder here that you can change your guard while you perform a guard break. Not after your guard break has connected, but during the animation you can still swap it. So you can feint an unblockable and still have your guard top for this punish. Should you have your guard on the side, then a normal heavy will not work. You will always whiff it. But what you can do is zone into zone for 62 damage. This requires you to properly delay the first zone input. If you do it too early, you will simply perform a light attack. And depending on how much you messed up, you might even prevent the knockdown. If you do it too late, it will cause an early wake up. This punish is always safe, as can be seen by the stagger on wake up. You can also perform both these punishes and chain into just a top heavy for 56 damage. This allows you to continue your pressure. Additionally, you can also utilize walls nearby to confirm, for example, the side heavy. On top heavy, you can also delay the zone input to get a confirmed execution with it. Then for out of stamina parries, you can go for storming tap into combo zone for 53 damage. You again have the choice to go for top heavy to continue the chain. For the revenge auto parry, you can go light into zone for 66 damage. That punish is safe. Or once again, you can opt for more chain pressure by doing light into top heavy for 58 and then whatever else you manage to land. The out of lock punishes are any heavy into light. Damage is 40 and 37 respectively. Out of lock and out of stamina gives a few extra things. Stun and tap gives another light for 28. Light into light is also confirmed for 25. And then any heavy gives another side heavy. Damage is 54 and 51 respectively. Alright, those are his punishes. Now for a few extra tips. If someone is Guardbreak spamming you, you can use your zone attack to punish them for it. This is done on read obviously, and the zone needs to be buffered after the counter Guardbreak. Other heroes use a light, you can do it with a zone. And then one more tip, which many of you might be familiar with already, as I've mentioned it quite a few times. When using Stampede Charge into a wall, it follows two different rules for damage reduction depending on how you initiated it. On a Guardbreak, it is less damage reduction than when performed from a run-in start. So, as a teammate, you know when you can add in the extra damage and when you shouldn't, as it would just result in more revenge feeding. Alright, and that's it. Those are Raider's new punishes. He's always had interesting ones and also ones that you need to put in a bit of practice. In case you've discovered any new ones, please let me know in the comments, or you can also join my Discord for questions and more. Oh, and don't forget to check out Viking Jewelry. Links to everything are down below. Having said that, hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.